Here we go. Sound. Season review of Season 2 with Macclesfield. If you watch Season 1, you know what this is all about, and that's a good thing because I've only got about 20 minutes until I have to go to work. So, literally is just summing up the season and what's growing with the players. We also look at the tables from like big leagues around the world, and I might as well start off with that, just to try and help us out here. Liverpool won the Champions League. I think you've just seen that on the main menu. Leipzig won the Europa League. So if you were interested in that, there you go. Liverpool only finished third in the Premier League, well behind Manchester City. Okay, here we go. Obviously, we're playing in League One next year. Got Paris Saint-Germain over Lyon in the French League. Bayern Munich above Leipzig in the Bundesliga. And then, once we get to it, Serie A, Napoli. Very nice. Juventus down in third with 77 points. Not a good season for Juventus. Now, I've not been slacking. I have been using this time very wisely, trying to build up, fix up the third season. And I have a list on Twitter for you guys just to keep updated with the progression. At the moment, things are on track, on course, and I'm really happy with the editing that I've done so far. In Spain, Barcelona with 95 points over Real Madrid. Some big point holes. I think that's it for the massive leagues. So you've seen everybody? Great. That's how it's gone down. What's that? Wow, LAFC, top of the MLS after 19 games. Who would have thunk it? Okay, that's that done. Let's get on with the proper reason why you're here. We go to the squad hub. Right, okay. I'll explain how it's done. At this part of the save, at this part of the series, I now have like two saves. So this save is obviously in the last season that we did, right at the end to show you the player growth. But instead of waiting around to do this video 2 days later, I just advance it into the next season, save it up as a separate game file, so I can start editing next season whilst also holding on to this moment in time so I can do the season review at this moment. So right now, we can't see any of the new traits that have been added to the players. They're also a tiny bit smaller, some of them. I have been just making them a little bit taller, some, especially ones that are young and small, just a little bit taller like you would expect in real life if they were still teenagers. I might be able to touch on that right at the end of the video if we have time. So Robertson went up by 6. Now, growth was completely stunted at the end of the season simply because we weren't doing very well. Even though people were putting like a good performance here and there, it was definitely not enough to merit like players going down in overall. For instance, even though we were seeing good performances here and there, we weren't doing well in the league. And unfortunately, when that's the case, I can't warrant upgrading anybody either. We haven't put the improvements to the players on from last episode, nor have we done the scenario from last episode, but everything else is on these players. So Ian Robertson has gone up to a 67. Obviously, in a perfect world, I would add them player stats straight away or player attribute improvements from the last episode straight away, but because of how broken this game is, I feel like the ethnicity problem and just making it a little bit more unique with the randomized potentials, I think that's a slight bit more important than getting the attributes down from last episode. You can see with this save and these kind of growth, you can see where I'm actually going with the players or where they're improving the most. Robertson gone up by 6. Best improvement there, positioning by 9. I think he's a good overall keeper. Capuo is definitely more acrobatic as a goalkeeper. That's why I've got the saves with feet trait. So that's his attributes right there. 10 on kicking. I got Mark Cafferty. I just want to put this guy up simply because he really didn't do anything bad in centre mid. And I feel, obviously you wouldn't have seen it in the last season review when we changed the positions, but because he was playing in a different position, I was also decreasing his goalkeeping stats. But now he's come back to a goalkeeper, I just want to plough his stats back up. So I don't know where it's going, but yeah, he's 41. I can't justify him playing over the other two, and he won't. He just won't, unless it's like a League Two team in the Carabao Cup or Checker Trade. In fact, no, the Checker Trade too important. We haven't won it for ages. I want to win that tournament, man. Maximilian Jackson up by 20 on marking. Are we all right? Up by 20, genuinely up by 20 on marking. Easily his best improvement. That is crazy. Giant throwing trait, obviously. Wayne Olsen doing well. This is a very flat improvement. It should be completely flat, or else it could have been an improvement that we saw Wayne Olsen get before loaning out, but that doesn't sound right at all. But what I've tried to do here, what it doesn't look like it at all, is... Oh, no. I know what it was. At the start of the loan, the coin toss that we do, if every month these people loaned out, coin toss, if it lands on heads, they grow. Well, I was doing that flat to begin with. But I think the last couple of times, I've just done it to certain attributes, because you can see here that his physicals are already quite mad. And he might come back to us next season as a 45 overall and still be, not too bad as a right back, because his physicals are really good. Much like the Owen Thomas syndrome. Sound. So this is Perry NG. Maybe I put his potential up to 99. I might have. But he's too old to actually get to that stage, but whatever. I just stuck it up there because it's just for the laughs, isn't he? He's not going to get a game. I don't know if I've done it with a Kinde yet, but yet again, he would never grow because he's too old. Varanus up 6. Marking's up by 13. What else have we got? Standing tackle up by 13. No traits on the guy. And then we got Brown's sword. Well, he had a fantastic growth. And it's crazy to think how much aggression really made a part of it. 91 aggression, up by 37. Obviously, he had that scenario where he went up by 30. So that's crazy. Heading accuracy up by 11. And we got marking up by 10. Did Brown's sword actually score a goal? I know he went very close with an acrobatic effort, I think. Beats me. The season's been long and arduous. Maximus Durante up by 10. And this is, plus 12 on stamina, plus 15 on interceptions, plus 14 on marking, plus 10 on slide tackle, 10 on heading accuracy. We're also putting another trait on him, and I think it's leadership. We've got Jack Mitchell. I'm really looking to sell this guy now. He is, out of the 3 goalkeepers, the one that's really disappointed me, or just as I expected a goalkeeper to be. Mathis, who we'll touch on in a second, has just been out of this world. He's a goalkeeper and he's out of this world. Hong Bo Du, the 20-year-old centre-back from China, interceptions have gone up by 10. Standing tackle's gone up by 10. Standing tackle's gone up by 9. Apologies. Marking's gone up by 9. And then the very, very good Charles Price, 16 years old, tall, built like an ox. In fact, no, he's not built like an ox. He's built like a beanstalk, isn't he? He's tall though. He's got that on his side, and if he can use that to his advantage aerially, he'll be all right as a defender. It's not about his standing tackles or sliding tackles. Anybody with that kind of height, if you're all right in the air, you're a pretty good centre back. So his jumping's plus 2. Where is his heading accuracy is +5. Nice. So that's Chol Price. Kind of like it. It's smooth compared to Charles Price. Chol Price just sounds a little bit more. I mean, it's a weird first name. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I just thought it just sounded a lot better. So there's Victor Mathis gone up by 20 to a 49 overall. It's obviously the highest overall upgrade that we've got this season, and there's a reason for that. He has been so much better than his overall suggests. He could easily pass for a 55 overall, at least, and that's why his overall has just shot up. Now, fair enough, he's not been the best performer on the field, but best performer compared to his overall, and that's why his overall's going up so quick. So his interceptions gone up by 22. We got 23 and 24 on slide tackle and standing tackle, 21 on marking. So that's crazy. That's a crazy improvement. We've got Havel Yankovic. Time to take a drink. We're putting a trait on this guy. We're putting a trait on this guy, and I think it's power header. Marking up by 17. What a guy. Interceptions up by 13. Reactions up by 13. So he's gone up by 8 to a 63. A very good left back. I have no doubts about him. I don't want to sell him at all. Osman Clark is a very good backup as well. Like, that left back position is really solid at the moment. And if we didn't have Yankovic, I'm pretty sure Osman Clark would be like, you know what, this guy's not a bad left back. We don't need to look at anybody else. So we're very okay at this position. Slide tackling, standing tackling, best improvements there, gone up by 7. Nothing can be said similar to about Adil Salami. He's not good. In fact, both the Chad lads are not good. He's not improved. He's a 37 overall. That's just it. Then we got Keith Brennan on loan at Sydney. Is this like a... You can see here, this is what I'm saying. So he's obviously landed on heads, I would say about 3 times. Obviously, 2 times I just did the flat improvements. And then the 3rd time I was like, nah, we'll stick a couple on attack position. We'll stick a couple on short pass. And that brought us up to 44. In fact, you can see there he's gone up by 3. So obviously there were 3 coin flips. Isidoro Ponce. There he is. He's gone up 5 on dribbling, 5 on standing tackle, 5 on finishing. And that is his main improvements. There's a lot of people in the comments section that think that this guy could be the saviour in the midfield. I very much doubt it. Ojeda just had an absolute shocker. Bearing in mind that we have 2 more coin flips to do, because obviously there was the May coin flip that we didn't do, and June where there's no games. But Ojeda had a shocker. He only landed on heads once. The only reason why it doesn't say +1 on his overall is that I think he started out as a central attacking midfielder and we moved him to centre mid, dropped down by 1 overall. We landed on heads, he went back to his normal overall. That's why it doesn't say there's any growth on the guy. Rossi, I feel like we did the right thing with him. And if he lands on heads 2 more times, then he goes back up to a 64 as a centre mid, and he might be a very, very different player when we play him next year. But the choice or the idea to send him out on loan was a really, really clever one. He's gone up 8 on marking, up 8 on finishing. He's all right at finishing, you know. But there's one person in particular in the free agents that we really need to sign, and because I've randomised potentials, it seems like a lot of the free agents are very overpowered. So we're only going to limit ourselves to 1 free agent player. He's a very good free agent player, but if I had free range, I would then spoil this squad, and I don't want to do that. So even though it pains me, there'll be some unbelievable players in the free agents list that will just not sign up. There's one person that I really want to sign up, and I will ignore everybody else to sign up this one more player. He's like a winger, but our wingers are all right. So even, excuse me, I've had something stuck in the back of my throat for a couple of days, and it's very, very irritating. So the end of the season really helped me, or came at the right time. So we've had some really good wingers. This guy's going to be another winger. He's Polish. But I think instead of him becoming a winger, I think I might move him into strike and see what he's like, even though his finishing is not great. His physicals are mad. Anyway, that's to come later on. Rossi, he's technically gone down by one, but he's looking more like a really solid player in that centre mid. I'm excited to see what he does. Max Moore, I mean, he could be gone. He did hardly anything. That's it. He went up. He went up one time because he scored a goal, didn't he? I think he might have been a winner as well. Tom Watson, I was generous with him. Just like, I don't even think... Did he even play? He played one game in League Two. I was just like... Even though he's in the shadows, I'll give him a couple of stat increases here and there. He's up by 1 to a 50 overall. Nothing much happening. Them two probably are gone. Someone who isn't gone, who I really do want to keep on giving chances to, because I don't think he's as bad as what it seems right now, is Sunil Edithadika at 56 overall, centre mid. But he has improved a lot more than just +1, because obviously he was a striker. He's been took down to centre mid, and I think he dropped down to a 52 or 53. But that's surprising, isn't it? A striker being that competent at centre mid, you don't expect that. And it's probably the reason why he was so surprising at centre mid to begin with. So there he is. He's not bad. He's definitely going to get chances next season, but I think he's make or break with Sunil Edithadika next season. Even if it's a break, though, he might stick around because he's just one of them players that have made this series so special. Farhan Guled and his Barmy Army, you've got to be pretty pleased with how he started life. All that waiting for him to get out of the youth academy seems to be paying off a little bit with the +4 growth. He definitely felt better than a 38. So there it is, 42 now. Joseph Brady, I have a lot of time for Joseph Brady simply because he's not our best midfielder. He wasn't our best winger or striker when we put him there. He works hard. That's why I gave him the team player trait, and he tracks back, and he's very aggressive. I think I put his aggression up mad. His aggression 13, interceptions up 17, all his defensive attributes I tried to stick on, because for an attacking player, he does like to put a tackle in, which is great, thumbs up, and it's well worth him being in the centre mid, along with Alexander Mitov. These two can rotate. Obviously Mitov first choice, and then Brady comes on, maybe if Mitov's tired, or maybe if it's a midweek game. But these two are the defensive players in that midfield, with Al-Saad just being able to have a little bit more freedom up there. So we got Mitov +14 in dribbling, short pass, +15 in long shots. He did bang a couple in. +18 in attack position that was super low to begin with. Wasim Al-Saad. We're going to put another trait on him, and I think it's flair. We've also got another trait on Joseph Brady, and I think that is swerve pass. So this is flair. Flair Wasim, +10 on slide tackle, standing tackle. Yeah, again, I mean, I said that he's allowed the creativity, but especially in the air, this guy is very, very surprising. He will... Of course, he's tall. He's pretty tall for a centre mid, standing at 6'2". I decided not to grow him next season. He's tall enough. But, I mean, a couple of players who were tall got a little bit of an improvement. I know Charles Price went up to a 6'7" player. But Wasim, absolutely fine. I think he's done with his growing. He's plus 10 to a 60. Even though he is attacking, he's very, very competent in the air, puts a couple of tackles in. He's the perfect attacking midfielder or centre mid that plays more attacking than the other one. Matthias Rybar, just want more from him. Agility's 85. Like, that is one of the best stats in the entire club. Plus 9 on crossing. So that's Matthias Rybar. I don't know what to say about him. A lot of people like him. But I've said on many occasions, there's like a list that I put to the player accounts. I just keep them up to date with how I'm feeling with certain players. So I've got a list of players that I don't want to see go. And then Rybar's on another list that I won't let go. I won't push out the door. But if the right offer comes in, then I'll have to think about it, try and negotiate it. If it's something that I think would be very valuable to the club, because I've learned how to upgrade the stadium, and I really want that to be a part of the series. But for it to be a part of the series, I need to pay to upgrade the stadium. So it would mean that sales of players would take on a bigger importance. Matthias Rybar, if the right taker came in and we could negotiate a proper good deal, then he would be out the door. But I'm not looking for it. I'm not going to look for it like I would look for Max Moore and Tom Watson's transfer. And Boudiaf, because he's absolutely terrible. There's him. Great. Okay, next up, Dennis Blisker. That early crosser trait. I think I've also put skilled dribbling on him. We got a plus 10 on finishing, heading accuracy, standing tackle, plus 11 on shot power. There's a plus 13 on crossing because he did start out as a central defensive midfielder. Interceptions plus 14, plus 13 on attacking position, plus 14 on strength, plus 13 on stamina. A very quick player. And, he's only going to get quicker. Serik Yesimov. Oh, what a guy. Let's see how much we put on finishing. Plus 15, plus 12 on heading accuracy. He feels like a right back. He just feels like a right back. But because he's a big lump, he's actually doing bits for us up front at the moment. Will that continue? I don't know. But who cares? Right now he's growing in all attributes. So even if he went back to defensive-minded player, then his time at strike has actually aided him. John Akinde. It's the Akinde Adventures. He's running the defenders, looking them in the eyes, give him the Akinde. Surprise. Right, Morgan Collins, I'm going to put him back to a centre mid next season, I think. But like I said, much like Yesimov, his time at striker has been pretty solid for him. We're also going to put the skilled dribbler on him. Heading accuracy plus 15. You got a couple of slide tackle increases there at plus 11. Markings up by 11. Of course, he played a big majority or a big portion of this series as a centre mid. Then he moved to strike. Then he's going back to centre mid. So, all is good there. We really enjoyed Morgan Collins' thickness. Gadel Tenari up by 10 to a 65 from a 55. His best attributes, plus 15. We got dribbling. His short pass is so low. And then heading accuracy. Long pass is terrible. I got plus 15 there on composure as well. So that's a great improvement from Gadel. His stats are quite tremendous here at 21 goals in League 2 with 13 assists, even though right at the end everything dried up, not only for him but for every single player. I'm going to have to crack on with these last few because I've only got like 2 minutes or 3 minutes left. Okay, Madani Ahmad, he was solid as well. the stats really don't matter. It's a team thing, and obviously we look at the stats of the top goal scorer, everybody else. I mean, I think no, actually, let's try and see who was the top assist maker. Gadel Tonari. So literally, that's it. That it was literally Gadel Tonari's season. Sound. So Madani Ahmad with his 5-star skill moves has gone up 15 on attack position, 14 on finishing, 13 on heading accuracy, 17 on shot power. Nice. Kai Healy only just joined up, but he's looking really promising. And he's already... Look at all these left wingers at 57. I can't split them. They've all got their own... they've all got their own unique feeling about them, but they all definitely just feel the same rating. It's very strange. They all have a similar quality, but they all feel different. I don't know, but I can't split them yet. Zenbergs is looking the most likely to break out of that. We'll see. So Healy, there's not much going on here. He's very new. Crossing's gone up by 3. Romo's crossing's gone up by 8, but he's more of a cutting side, attacking position up by 12. We got Taylor Harris here. Strength up by 10. Crossing up by 11. Of course, this guy was a centre mid to start off with. And then Zenbergs, standing tackle up by 10. And we're more controlling on his defensive play, because Zenbergs really is not... He's not the kind of Blisker guy that wants to get back, that wants to help out Max Jackson. He'll stay up front. And that, to me... I mean, it's fine so long as you've got a really good fullback, but this is League 1 or League 2, for instance, in this season. And we need help. We need as much help as we possibly can get. However, Zenbergs, because he started out as a central defensive midfielder, you can see there he's gone up by 17. Most of that just because of the position change. Really good on the wing. I don't know what's going on there, but obviously, like normal... Positions just don't matter on FIFA, and the stats are all over the place. Right, that has been it. That has been the season review. I hope I haven't, rushed it. Of course, well, I needed to rush it a little bit, but I didn't want to... I hope I've not lost any information whilst doing it. That's it. I'm done with this season now. I can just, delete this save file and crack on with the other one. Excellent. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, then please go and give the video a like. Subscribe if you're new around here. And yeah, I will see you in the live stream, the pre-season live stream, that will give me a little bit more time editing up the save file, and then in 4 days, maybe 5 days time, we will start season 3. Get in. See you in a bit.